Hello everyone, my name is Anika and I'm a rising junior at the Harker School. The project that I've been working on at Blue Stamp is a smart mirror. Basically, in this project, I'm using a Raspberry Pi to display information from a monitor onto a mirror. I've never worked with a Raspberry Pi before, so I'm learning a lot of new things that I'm going to tell you about now. So I've reached my first milestone in the project, which is getting the base code to run. The steps that were involved in this milestone were setting up the Raspberry Pi, installing the software, and finally running the base project. Setting up the Raspberry Pi was definitely the hardest step because I didn't have a keyboard to help me set up, and I was not able to connect my monitor to the Wi-Fi, so I was stuck on that step for a while. The solution I found was to use my hotspot and write a simple password that I could copy paste into the monitor using just my mouse. And after that, I was able to get SSH and VNC to complete the Raspberry Pi setup. The next step was installing the software, which was also fairly quick. I installed Node.js in a new directory in VNC Viewer Terminal, and the first time I tried to install Node.js, my terminal quit, so I had to redo the entire process. But on the second try, it worked perfectly. So the final thing I had to do for this first milestone was run the actual code. So now I'm going to share my screen and show you a quick demo of how the base code runs. So right now we're in the correct directory for it, and I'm going to run using npm run dev. So it does take a while to actually run the code, but once it's done, it should pop up a new window with some information on it. And I think it's almost done checking. And this is the window that it pops up. So here it asks you to right-click to set the name. I'm going to just input it here. So this is what the base project is, and I've got it to run successfully and checked off my first milestone. Other than that, I've also tried to make a display of what I want my monitor to look like. So this is the screen I want to show instead of the other pop-up. And all of the modifications here include the date and the time, a to-do list, music, and a photo album slideshow, and then finally notifications from my text messages. So this was my first milestone, and I'm really excited to get all the other milestones and keep working on this project. So thank you guys so much for listening.